Welcome back to the channel. My name is Fred Macedo and I'm here with my friends Rubens, Rosangela, Carla, Roseli, and, and Camila. We are here for another Gospel at Home that is about Kardec's Spiritism doctrine. And I'm gonna ask for my dear friend Carla to make our initial prayer.
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth, and it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, and forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. Amen. Back to you, Fred.
Thank you, Carla. Now I'm gonna share my screen. Tonight we're gonna read the Spirit's book, The Law of Worship. The purpose of worship. Question 649. What does worship entail? Worship is the lifting up of the thought towards God. Through worship, the soul draws near to its creator. 650. Is worship the result of an innate sentiment, or is it the product of education? An innate sentiment, like that of the divinity. The awareness of the weakness leads humans to bow before the one who can protect them. 651. Have there ever been peoples devoid of all sentiment of worship? Answer: no, because there have never been atheistic peoples. All have understood that there is a supreme being above them. 652. Does worship have its source in natural law? It is part of natural law because it is the result of an innate sentiment in humankind. That is why we find it among all people, albeit expressed in different forms. Outward worship forms. 653. Does worship require outward expression? True worship comes from the heart. In all your actions, always remember that the Lord is watching you. Are outward worship forms useful nonetheless? Yes, if they are not a vain pretense. It's always useful to set a good example. But those who practice such forms of worship only out of affection and vanity, belying their appearance of piety, set a bad example rather than a good one, and they do more harm than they can imagine. 654. Does God have any preference for those who worship in this or that manner? God prefers those who sincerely worship from the bottom of their hearts, doing good and avoiding evil. To those who think they honor God through ceremonies that do not render them any better than their neighbor. All are brothers and sisters, children of the same God, and God calls all those who follow the divinely established laws, whatever may be the form in which they express themselves. Those who only put on an appearance of piety are hypocrites. Those for whom worship is only a pretense that is contradicted by their actual conduct set a bad example. Those who profess to worship Christ, but who are proud, envious, jealous, who are hard and unforgiving toward others, or who are ambitious for the worldly things, I declare to you that their religion is on their lips only, and not in their hearts. God who sees everything God who sees everything will say. Those who know the truth are 100 times guiltier of the evil they do than the unknowing nomad in the desert, and they will be treated accordingly on Judgment Day. If a blind person passing by you accidentally knocks you down, you forget about it. But if it is a person whose sight is perfect, you rightly take offense. Before we continue, I recall that last Monday we are discussing about about this thing that many people know what to do good, and a lot of people that do wrong things, they they don't have the necessary um, experience. They don't know Christ, God, as we do. Therefore, we are guiltier when we do wrong things than a criminal that doesn't know God, doesn't know Christ. Continuing on, so do not ask if there is one particular form of worship that is most acceptable, since that would be like asking whether is more pleasing to God to be worshipped in one language rather than in another. I will say to you once more, hymns do not reach God except through the door of the heart. That's why Spiritism um, doesn't have rituals, because they are not necessary. But it's okay for people who want to light a candle, as I was asked uh, days before, because it's not wrong. It's like a burning incense. If you want to, there's no problem. But uh, this will not make our gospel at home more powerful, and more spirits will come just because we light a candle or we are burning incense. They come, the good spirits come because we are here gathered um, to do good, to to learn more about the gospel. I will continue. 6:55. It is Carla. If you want to ask a question, please just you can interrupt Oh, dear Lord. Interrupt me anytime.
Okay, thank you.
655. It is wrong to practice a religion that is not believed in from the bottom of the heart if it is done out of human respect and in order not to offend those who think differently. As in so many other things, the intent is the rule. Those whose sole aim is to show respect for the beliefs of others do no wrong. In fact, they do better than those who would ridicule such beliefs, since that would show a lack of charity. Um, here in Brazil, I'm speaking for myself. I didn't like other religions, um, evangélicos em inglês, acho que são Protestants. Not sure. Is that it, Carla?
Yes, Protestant.
Okay. I didn't have much sympathy for Protestants because I saw their rituals, and thought that they were like a little far-fetched. They weren't necessary. But when I read a book about the spirituality, how they intervene on churches, I changed my mind. I saw that I was wrong because every religion has its role, because we are not all equal. We all have different beliefs, different walks of life. So, if I'm a spiritist, I cannot impose that my friend is also, because what serves me well uh, can would not serve him uh, good also. However, those who practice a religion out of ulterior motives or ambition are contemptible in the sight of God and humankind. God could not be pleased with those who only put a show of humility in order to gain the approval of others. 656. Is, is group worship preferable to individual worship? Those who assemble for communion of thought and sentiment have more power to attract the good spirits. And the same applies when they gather to worship God. But do not think that individual worship is therefore less effective, for each individual can worship God with divine thoughts. Roseli, você acha que eu devo continuar ou paro por aqui? Eu sigo a sua intuição.
Ah, pode parar por aí, né?
I will rest my case here. Carla, do you have any comment about what we, we read about the form of worship? Do you think it's important the way we worship over what we feel in our heart?
I think you said everything, actually. I don't have any comment to add of what you read. Um, I believe that is it.
Thank you for what we read. We can think that it's not important the way we worship God, Jesus, and whatever the good spirits, the saints. The source is only one, is God, is the Christ. And this makes me think that someone that does not have a religion and do charity, that is good. In fact, this this person does not need a religion. A very famous Brazilian medium, Chico Xavier, uh, one woman came to him and said, "Oh, Chico, my my husband is not spiritist. He's a wonderful husband, a wonderful father. He's good to society. He only uh, does do good things. He avoid everything that is evil, that is wrong." And Chico turned to her and said, "My sister, your husband doesn't need to be spiritist because he does everything that Christ has taught us. So we really don't need a religion, but as we are weak, we fail a lot. We don't have the spiritual and moral endurance required to walk without Bengala clutches, Carla. Bengala,
Oh
cane,
gosh, I don't know. Let me check.
cane, cane. So religion, it's like a cane. We need those canes to walk properly.
It's
It's like
important too, right?
what?
It's important to to put you in the right way.
Okay, yes, that's it. Let's imagine that we are in a trail, a very
Hmm.
hard trail. It's advisable that we we have canes to help us through the way. But there are people that are have so much skills that they don't need those canes. It's okay because Christ said, "Without charity, there is no salvation." And those canes called religion are for us ourselves to improve us in the right direction, to do good
Exactly.
and avoid avoid misplacing our potentialities. I thank you all for being here. Uh, we came a long way since we started, and I want to thank all of you that are here with me tonight, and all our subscribers, our 12 subscribers, and I want to thank Jesus for this opportunity because whenever I'm working, trying to improve myself, it's um, it's me gaining. I'm gaining confidence. I'm gaining strength to push forward because we know life is no walk in the park. We consistently find ourselves in struggle. Things happen to us. We lost uh, parents, good people, we love along the way. We know there is no such thing as that that is just a we change clothes, we get rid of this flesh and bone clothes, because this life, this existence is very brief, and we have to make the most of it. And uh, that's why I always thank for this opportunity, and I ask the Christ to embrace all the people in the world that are suffering from wars, climatic changes, poverty, everything that is going wrong in the world. And we know that are a lot of people doing good things, good Samaritans. I saw the video of a woman that donate $1 billion for all the medicine students in a university in the United States. Uh, this kind of generosity has no boundaries. This teach all of us that it's possible to continuing on spite of all the bad things that happens. And I'm gonna ask Rosangela the kindness to say our final prayer. Thank you all.
We thank the good spirits who have come to communicate with us and ask them to help us put into practice the instruction they have given us. We also hope they will ensure that each unfold as at the end of the session is fortified in the practice of good and love for our neighbor. We also wish these lessons to be useful for the suffering, ignorance, or vicious spirits who will be able to attend this meeting and for whom we implore the mercy of God. God bless you all.
Thank you all.
Thank you. God bless you all.
Good night, my friends.
Good night.
Good evening. Bye.